So the flapping hand bridge. Now, the flapping hand bridge is this part of the movement. It's got a funny name, right? Flapping hand bridge. But anyway, we'll start off with the downward movement. Now, the downward movement, can be used once again as a strike and also as a block. So a strike might be coming in and my hand's in a higher position. I'm using it in a downward motion like this, depending where my hands are. And the upward bridge is similar. So a strike's coming in towards me, and then my hand moves up as upward flapping hand bridge. Now, the idea is that, as usual, you cover the center, and the strike comes in, I cover the center, I get my hand in the way. It's kind of a bit like paint the fence, right? Mr. Miyagi taught this, Paint the fence. And all it is really making contact with an incoming strike and making contact with it, covering the center and keeping a connection towards their center to prevent them from applying power towards you. Now, in regards to using it as a strike, once again, it'd be more so in a situation where your hands are up for whatever reason, whether they've pushed you up into this position or whatever it might be, and the hand coming down as a strike, You might use it to the bridge of the nose, or it might once again just be striking wise. Really, it's not, you'd have to change the angle, so to speak. You wouldn't, coming down this way, yes, there's some applicability there, but if you're coming down to the side of the neck, you'd have to you wouldn't be able to hit it with this angle. You'd have to change the angle to this to come down. So it's really, you can think of the downward motion of the arm in defensive or offensive capacity, and the upward motion of the arm in defensive and offensive capacity. So coming up from underneath, so with Carlson's hands coming up from underneath in this motion, there's not that much of an offensive capacity unless you change the hand. You might come up like this, but generally speaking, it's not that. You could, but it's a very strange and awkward movement. You probably wouldn't. You'd more likely come up with the hand facing towards you with an uppercut style strike. So these are mainly defensive in their nature, mainly, but doesn't mean that you can't use them offensively. So essentially what's happening, if you face me and you're doing the flapping hand bridge, just go through it up and down, just slowly up and down here. Spine stays tall, body stays relaxed, aim everything forward, slower. And the rotation is mainly, pretty much all of it, at the shoulder joint, So this turns to bring it up and this turns to come down, 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 This way to go down, this way to come up. So that's what we're doing structurally. This turns to come up, this turns to come down. There is a change in the hand position, because if you're coming down, you wouldn't go down this way if you were to try and apply it as a strike. And as you come up, you want to come up this way because it puts your fingers more in danger if you're coming up in this way and something hits. Whereas if you come up this way, you've got your hands in a more safe position. So structurally, shoulder rotates. Energetically, state, center, sense, sync, connect. Mainly defensive in nature, but you can play around with the offensive side just for a bit of fun as well. So that's a little bit of ideas and context around the flapping hand bridge. We'll move into our exercises in the next videos. Any questions, observations, experiences to share, put them in the community section, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.